Okay, so as you can probably see, my rear wiper is a little bit screwed up. It doesn't work anymore, so I'm assuming it's the motor that's problematic. So I'm going to try and replace it and see how it goes. Alright, so the first step is we're going to disconnect the negative battery cable using a number 10, probably see it, 10mm socket here. Loosen it up a little bit, it should slide right off. Make sure it doesn't do that. Just tuck it out of the way and you're in good shape. Right, so the next step is we're going to remove this cover here. There's a little tab under this thing. Just get under it, pull it off. Alright, so this is looks like a number 13. So let's take it off. Just going to add a bit of WD-40 to it. Alright, so put a bunch of WD-40 on it, put the nut back on, hit it with a hammer a few times just to loosen it up. That didn't work that great. Well, maybe everything I did worked all together. What I noticed is the arm actually moved back into the slot here, and then I just started wiggling it around. Off it comes. Oh boy. Alright, now to take that nut off. Looks like it's 1 inch. Let's see. And of course I don't have it deep enough. That's that. Alright. Alright, I'm going to take the internal shroud off. There are 2 screws here, so we'll start with those. Okay. Okay, so now just gently go around. Bunch of little clips under here, so I just want to try and gently pry them out. So I just took all these little white clips out. Now I'm going to put them back on that fascia piece that we took off. So when we're ready to reinstall, we can hopefully snap it back in. So what we've got here is 2 bolts. There's one there. I won't point to them, screws up the picture. And there's one down in there, just there actually. So those 2 are the things that hold the wiper motor in, so we're going to remove those. Okay, so there's a bolt under there that you probably can't see because of this. That's the same bolt right here. Looks like 10 mil. Let me have a look. 10 mil. Alright, it's 2. So hopefully now I can get this thing out of the bloody way. Probably going to need to that one through. Okay. Just going to completely remove these retaining bolts here. These bolts we're messing with, just take them completely off. Finally got that one. Hopefully you can see what's going on, guys. Oh yeah, piece of cake, huh? Okay. Here's the new one. Looks pretty much the same. So let's give it a crack. Wow, there's a shitload of shimmying to get that bugger in there. You have to hold your hand underneath because these things are little, I guess, brass press, they're pressed into the rubber grommet, so you can see they come out. So you keep your hand underneath, so when you put the screw in or the bolt in on the top, it doesn't push this out. What's this bloody thing do? Ah, tricky fucking thing. Gotta move that out of the way and then pull this off. Prick. Okay. Okay. When in doubt, use power tools. So now you can see they got little gizmos sticking out. You have a little tab there. Should snug. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so a couple things to take note. One is once you've got the new motor in, you'll have to put the wiper blade back on, and so it's pretty straightforward. I can do this one-handed. Put it over the bolt, let it rest in this, and then put the nut back on, tighten it up. Okay, so now that's done. To test the wiper though, you have to have the gate closed and this closed obviously, so let's go test it. So let's see if it works. Okay, so now it's working. Now, one other thing to note, before you do any of this, you might want to go buy some mini 15 amp fuses. I bought these ones. I can't really say them very good. Terrible actually. There you go, 15 amp mini fuses. They're about $4. Because if you pull this down, you should be able to see, maybe not. Let me, way back there you go. There's a couple of fuses. See, there's the very bottom ones. See, there's two 15 amp fuses. There's one above the other. The very bottom one is the fuse for the rear wiper motor. If your rear wiper motor seized, like mine did, that fuse will blow, and if you replace it, it'll just keep blowing. So, first thing to do though is put a spare fuse in there. If it blows, then your motor's seized, and you've got to replace it. If it works, then you're good. You don't have to do shit. So try that first. But you will probably have to replace that very bottom 15 amp fuse. The one, I wish I could point to it, but I can't. So you see there's the 10 amp, the 15, and then the 15 stacked on top of each other. Yeah, the very bottom one. Alrighty. And to replace that fuse, there's a little panel down here that you can get access to it. So you can look at it through here into the back, and then there's a little panel underneath here that you can just, there's a little plastic thing there. You just flip it over out, and then you can get your hand under and into it. You don't have to access it through here, because that's hassle. Cap on. That part's done. Alrighty. So now we've got to put that shroud back in, so I'm going to do that next. I'm not going to video it. One thing to note, you will need to connect this back up again. And I'll show you what it looks like after it's done.